The first thing you need to consider before buying and installing any above-ground pool is that you will need a mostly level space to set it up. If you do not have that, you need to work on that first. The space we will be setting up the pool is mostly level, only about 2 inches off from one side of the pool to the other. We have had it set up for a while now with no issues, so that amount of slope seems to be acceptable. We wanted to set things up a little differently than you usually see with an above-ground pool. Instead of installing the pool directly onto the ground, we wanted to put it on a 3/4 inch layer of foam followed by a tarp. The most cost-effective way we found to do that was by picking up some of those interlocking foam exercise mats and cutting them to size. This took a bit of sketching on paper to see how I would need to set up these 2 foot by 2 foot interlocking pads, and then a bit of trial and error as they went together. As I would be cutting it into a circle a bit larger than the pool, that meant I needed to get a circle drawn before I got going. The way I did this was by sticking a long drill bit into the ground in the center of the foam area I had set up. I was then able to tie a loop onto one end of a string and slip it over the drill bit, then measured out half the distance of the circle I wanted to make. The circle would be 11 feet in my case, so I measured out 5.5 feet, and then tied a black Sharpie to the other end. By pulling the string all the way around the foam, I was able to draw out my circle on the foam pieces that were laying there. You may notice the missing chunks of foam along the corners, and I would be filling those in with the pieces that were going to be cut from the pieces that were already lying there. Once I had the circle drawn out, it was time to start cutting. At first, I tried using scissors, and that would have taken forever. Instead, I took out my trusty Leatherman and just used the knife blade to cut along the circumference. I worked my way around, cutting and filling in spaces until the entire circle was cut out. At that
Hopefully it's okay in the morning. Everything seems to be good.